Hey guys, welcome back to another 2024 Hyundai Santa Cruz video. This time we're going to be taking a look at the Night Edition, and believe it or not, this is actually the first time I've been hands-on with the Night Edition, as this was an all-new trim level to the Santa Cruz lineup for the 2023 model year. Now for 2024, they did make some tweaks and changes to packaging across the trim lineup, so make sure to check out the dedicated video I have here on the channel if you're interested in that. But in terms of the Night Edition, this is based upon the SEL Activity Package, which did gain equipment, so the Night automatically gains those features and options, but that did make the price go up quite significantly, and now it is much closer to the XRT as well as the top limited in price. But even with those changes, the Night Edition remains the entry-level 2.5-liter turbocharged engine option for the Santa Cruz lineup, so if you want the additional towing capacity as well as the more powerful engine, then the Night Edition is definitely the way to go. Now, like I mentioned, the Night Edition is based upon the SEL Activity Package, so overall it's going to be very similar to that particular trim level, but does gain some unique styling aspects and a few additional features around the vehicle. Now, specific to the Night Edition, the changes for 2024 include the haptic feedback steering wheel, LED projector headlights, the 10.25-inch infotainment radio system that also comes with the dual zone automatic climate control, and finally the black H-Tex leatherette interior is found here on the Night Edition as well as the XRT. That is all new to the Santa Cruz lineup as far as that material goes. But that pretty much rounds out the changes specific for the Night Edition for 2024. And finally, when it comes to the pricing information for the Night Edition in specific, it now costs $2,150 more than that of the 2023 Night, and that brings the starting MSRP to $39,545, including destination. So with all that information in mind, let's not waste any more time. Take a look at what this 2024 Night Edition has to offer for just under $40,000. So the Santa Cruz in front of us is finished in the Hampton Gray exterior with the black H-Tex leatherette interior. And it is important to note, if you do want a Night Edition, it only comes in two exterior colors, that's black as well as the Hampton Gray as seen in this video. Now, the front end of the Night Edition is going to be slightly different versus that of some of the other Santa Cruzes in the lineup. All 2.5-liter turbos for 2024 now come with the dark chrome grille with the integrated LED daytime ring lights that are kind of hidden with the mirror type of finish. The dark chrome Hyundai emblem, this does not have a 360 camera system like that of the limited trim. All Santa Cruzes now come with the LED projector headlights, both low and high beam, as well with the integrated LED turn signal. But this is great to see that Hyundai is implementing better headlight technology across the board as standard equipment. And the main difference for the Night Edition is going to be the satin black trim here at the front end with the integrated kind of rugged look into the skid plate design. This is a nice chrome finish on the top limited, and I'm not exactly sure if the XRT is going to share this front bumper design or the one more similar to that of the limited, but we will find out here on the channel in the coming weeks when I do show you guys the new XRT trim. Now, coming around to the side of the Santa Cruz, this is pretty much standard across everyone except the XRT, which does get the wide-end fender flares. So you have the black textured plastic that fades into the lower door panels with the integrated side steps as standard across every Night Edition as well as every XRT. But you guys have probably seen that by now. It does have the integrated textured finish with the little Hyundai Santa Cruz Easter eggs on the top of all four. So nothing really new to see there in that regard. But coming to the wheels and tires, this is a specific Night Edition wheel finished in satin black accent. This is going to be 20-inch in diameter, so it is a larger wheel design, the same diameter found on that of the top limited, but it is wrapped in a 245/50 20-inch Michelin Primacy LTX all-season tire. So not an all-terrain, pretty much just a road-going, nice high-quality all-season at that. Coming around to the mirror caps, this is going to be a gloss black mirror cap. It has a ton of metallic flake. Not sure if you guys can see that or not, but it looks very nice. Definitely a more premium finish with the integrated LED turn signal. It does not have the cameras on the bottom like I mentioned, but they are going to be heated, and it does have standard blind spot detection as well. The door handles are actually going to be finished in the same gloss black accent as those mirror caps. This does not have Hyundai digital key, but it does have a regular proximity entry on both of the front two door handles. Take a look at the side of this vehicle. You can see all the black accents with the wheels, the mirrors, the handles, and of course the top black roof rails up top, which contrasts very nicely against the Hampton Gray. It is worth mentioning that this comes with the single power sunroof. All SEL activities and higher will have a sunroof. There's kind of these satin black roof rails like I mentioned with the gloss black shark fin antenna up there. But as a whole, very sharp looking. And like I said, all Night Editions will come with the integrated side steps as well. Out back, you will find partial LED tail lamps with the LED running lights. It does have incandescent turn signals and brake lights with your incandescent reverse lights a little bit farther down on the rear bumper. Integrated side step, you do have the more rugged looking rear bumper with the satin black accents on the bottom instead of that of the chrome such as the limited trim. Santa Cruz stamped into the tailgate with your dark finish chrome up top and the integrated backup camera. 2.5-liter turbo with the H-Track all-wheel drive badge. It is important to note every 2.5 turbo is automatically all-wheel drive, whereas the regular 2.5 does come in an option of front-wheel drive if you get the lesser naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine. But as a whole, the Night Edition does look very sharp. Not a huge fan of the wheels in my opinion, but you guys will have to let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think. But overall, I think the Night Edition here in the Hampton Gray is definitely the one to get. But of course, you can get in the black paint if you do want a more stealth blacked out appearance. Now, taking a look at the window sticker, like I mentioned, this is based upon the SEL Activity package. However, it doesn't break it out like the SEL Activity does on the window sticker. It does have a few more options and features versus that trim, but overall is a very nice trim level if you want that package with the 2.5-liter turbo. This one does have a few additional accessories, which brings the total MSRP, including destination, to $39,865. And of course, the one item that does stand out for 2024 models is the inclusion of the BlueLink Plus Connected Services package, which is free for the lifetime for the first owner of the vehicle, instead of the 3-year trial you did get before on the 2023 and earlier models. So that is pretty much standard across the board on every 2024 Hyundai, which is a very nice feature for sure, and definitely adds some value. All right, so taking a look on the interior, there is a weird quirk in packaging that I will mention here in a second. But starting out here on the driver's side door panel, you do have a hard touch plastic upper with a soft touch padded armrest right here. Nice gloss black trim that runs into the dashboard with the power windows, mirrors, and locks. You have automatic front 2 windows with the satin chrome door handle pull. A good amount of lower storage in the door with an integrated bottle holder, and this does have the standard 6-speaker audio system, not the Bose one found in the top limited. Now, coming to the driver's seat, this is your power driver's seat with 2-way power lumbar, and new for 2024 is the H-Tex leatherette interior. This is a huge upgrade in my opinion, but I realize not everyone does want the leatherette or leather type of material, so the cloth is no longer available with the 2.5-liter turbo. And immediately stepping on the inside, you'll find the 10.25-inch fully digital gauge cluster found in the SEL Activity and higher. This is controlled here on the right side of the steering wheel. It does display a ton of useful information. Obviously, you have your speedo, your tachometer, odometer, fuel range, fuel economy, all of your trip information on here. You control some of your navigation and safety systems up here as well, and you can view your all-wheel drive where the power is being sent to all 4 wheels. So overall, a very handy display, and that is not new for 2024, but a very useful one at that. And coming back to the steering wheel, this is the one quirk in packaging that personally I think is a little bit of a letdown, and that is the standard urethane wrap steering wheel. Now, this means you do have to get a XRT or higher to get a leather wrap steering wheel on the Santa Cruz lineup. But given the price point of this vehicle, it really would have been nice to see a leather wrap steering wheel at least starting on the Night Edition or even an SEL Activity and higher. But anyways, this is a haptic feedback steering wheel, so it will vibrate depending on which safety systems are active inside of your vehicle. If you go over a lane without signaling, or somebody is located in your blind spot and you try to change lanes, it should vibrate and let you know that somebody is there. You do have paddle shifters on the back for the 8-speed dual clutch transmission, audio controls here on the left side, your lane follow assist, and regular cruise control on the right. This does not have smart cruise control. You do have to go to an XRT or higher for that. Automatic headlights with auto high beam assist. To the left of the steering wheel, you have your gauge illumination, your LED bed lighting, as well as the traction control off. And across the dashboard, this is a mostly black plastic hard touch, but it is a good textured surface. It doesn't look too cheap or anything, and definitely won't glare too much in the sun, unlike this black area right here. And speaking of the screen, this is new for this trim level for 2024, and that is the 10.25-inch infotainment system with built-in navigation, which unfortunately means you do lose the wireless Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay, like the smaller 8-inch screen does have. This is a much higher resolution screen. You have your Hyundai driver profiles up there, Sirius XM, AM, FM, Bluetooth, USB inputs, so pretty much every input type you need, and you still have wired Android Auto and wired Apple CarPlay if you would like. And below that, you will find a new feature for this trim level, and that is the dual zone automatic climate control. So you can see all of the buttons are touch type. That is the case if you do get the larger screen. The 8-inch screen does have some roller scroll wheels for the volume and tune, which is at least nice because they're partial physical controls, but overall I really do like physical buttons and knobs from other Hyundai models in general. Below that, you do have USB-A charge ports as well as a data port. Your wireless charging pad down here, this does not have Hyundai digital key, so it is just a wireless charger, but you do have a 12-volt outlet as well. This is not a leather wrap shift knob because it does not have the leather wrap steering wheel. Those are usually paired together. Some more gloss black accents around the shifter area. You do have your drive mode select, your all-wheel drive lock, which will send power 50-50 front and rear, auto hold, electronic parking brake. You can pull up your backup cameras via this button right there. You do have your hill descent control as well. Normal proximity key fob with remote start, and you can lower the tailgate on it as well. Hyundai has been using this key fob for several years now. Heated front seats. This does not have ventilated seats nor a heated steering wheel, so just the standard 3-stage heated seat. Nice soft touch padded armrest. Inside you'll find a good amount of storage, no ports or lights in there as well. Up top, a black textured headliner. It does have a fairly heavy texture, if you guys can see that on there, but you do have your vanity lighting, manual dimming rear view mirror, Blue Link SOS, overhead LED lighting throughout the vehicle, as well as your single power sunroof control. Very nice to have. This is found on the SEL Activity and higher, but overall just a nice feature to have on many Santa Cruz models. But that's a look at the front seat. Let's go ahead and take a look out back. Out back of the Santa Cruz, on this particular trim, the materials will not follow through on the door panel, so you have a full black plastic hard touch door panel with the integrated cup holder up top because it does not have any lower storage. Seating surfaces are going to be the same leather material as the front, of course. Go ahead and step inside. The step in height is very easy given the overall ride height. And there's a quick look at the front dashboard. In terms of rear seat amenities, you really won't have any on the Night Edition. No vents, no USB charge ports, but you do have 2 rear seat mat pockets, 1 on the back of each front seat. There is no center armrest in the Santa Cruz, but it is a 3-person bench seat in the back, so you can squeeze 3 people back here if needed. You do have the rear sliding window with the rear defroster function. Nice to have a little bit of additional airflow. There's your overhead LED lighting like I mentioned. The roof is scalloped, so it has plenty of headroom for rear seat occupants. And overall, the legroom isn't too bad, but is a little bit tight and a little bit smaller than that of the Hyundai Tucson, which this vehicle is based upon. But overall, I do have about 2 inches behind my seating position. Plenty of foot room down below. And like I mentioned, the headroom is not an issue in this vehicle. I have several inches of headroom. So not many rear seat amenities here in the back of the Night Edition. Will be nice to see USB charge ports or maybe some AC vents. But overall, not too bad. And I think the H-Tex leatherette seats are definitely a huge upgrade in my opinion. But again, that is not for everybody. Now take a look at the rear bed space. This is a little over a 4-foot bed from Hyundai. The tonneau cover, which is integrated on the SEL Activity and higher, does take up a little bit of room on the upper portion right there, but you still have about a foot below it for sliding longer items inside. You do have an integrated 120-volt outlet here on the right side in this storage compartment. There you can see 150-watt max. There's the adjustable rails for tying down cargo or anything. You do have LED bed lighting. Plenty of tie-down points. This is a composite bed, so no worrying about rusting or anything like that. And underneath the floor of every Santa Cruz, you'll find the integrated storage, which is several inches deep. It does have an integrated drain plug as well, so if you want to use it as a cooler, you can do though. Fill it up with ice and drain all the water out after it's all melted. But overall, a very useful bed space for somebody that doesn't need a huge bed. But I will say the integrated tonneau cover does take up just a little bit of additional room out back. Now wrapping it up here on the passenger front seat, all the materials is going to be the same as the driver's side. It does have a 4-way manual passenger seat, so no height adjustment unfortunately. And there's a little better look at the dashboard design. Glove box is damped but does not have any LED lighting inside. It is a very useful size for all of your manuals and other storage. But overall, that's a look at the interior of the Santa Cruz Night Edition. Let's go ahead and take a look under the hood, see what powers this particular trim level, and then wrap up this video. Now under the hood of the Santa Cruz Night Edition, you'll find the 2.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder paired to an 8-speed wet dual clutch transmission. This puts out 281 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque through all 4 wheels as it comes standard with all-wheel drive. Now I do understand some of the concerns about the dual clutch transmission with the Santa Cruz lineup, especially if you're doing towing or heavy off-road, and that might be a reason why you want to stick with the standard 2.5-liter paired to the 8-speed torque converted automatic. But overall, this provides a very engaging driving experience, very sporty driving dynamic at that. with the power to rate ratio of this vehicle. So overall, I really do like the 2.5 liter turbo, but if you don't want this engine option, you'll have to step down to the SEL Activity, as that is the highest trim level with the standard 2.5. So that's going to do it for this video on the 2024 Hyundai Santa Cruz Night Edition. If you guys enjoyed this video and or found something helpful, make sure to hit that like button below. It greatly helps out the channel and these videos. Subscribe if you guys are not already subscribed, and make sure to check out and follow along with additional 2024 Hyundai model content coming. I do already have a walk around on the 2024 Limited, which received the least amount of changes in the Santa Cruz lineup, but I do have a dedicated video going over the entire trim lineup and telling you exactly what changed. So make sure to check that video out if you guys are interested. But overall, this was a great opportunity to finally get hands-on with the Night Edition. I definitely see the appeal now that I've seen one in person for this appearance package, if you will. It does have a few additional tweaks, such as the H-Tex leatherette, a few other things as well. Over that of the standard SEL Activity, and of course the 2.5 liter turbo might be a big draw over that particular trim as well. But as a whole, they aren't too much different in terms of features and equipment. Mainly just the styling, cosmetic aspects, and of course the leather interior. Now I'm interested to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts on this particular Night Edition or another trim of the 2024 Hyundai Santa Cruz lineup. Personally, like I said, given that these are starting about $39,000 for the turbo engine option, it is definitely getting a little bit pricey. And depending on if you want the Night XRT or the Top Limited, they really only have a $1,500 spread, maybe about $2,000 between each of them. So really you can go from a Night up to a fully loaded Limited for maybe $3,000 to $3,500. So as a whole, it's really not a huge difference in price point, but I definitely understand why somebody might want to save a few $1,000s because this is still a very well equipped trim level and a very nice one, especially with the addition of the H-Tex interior. So with all that being said, I appreciate the support here on the channel. Make sure to subscribe if you guys are not already subscribed. And as always, I hope to see you guys in the next one.